got a little bit distracted with some of the comments coming through from a couple of individuals who were saying some, let's just say, obscene things. So I allowed myself to get a little bit distracted, and that wasn't fair to all of you guys. So I wanted to pop on. Now, all of the messages that came through on Thursday, they were still valid. I just felt like I wanted to get a little bit more in depth on each of the cards that were selected. So I just wanted to do this for you guys to go a little bit more in deep on what the messages were. So if you didn't see last Thursday's reading, feel free to pick either 1, 2, or 3. Okay, and I'm using the same cards this way. If you're rewatching this one, everything still lines up to what you chose. Okay, I just want to go a little bit more in depth on what cards are coming up and everything for you guys. So if you're watching this for the first time and you didn't see Thursday's reading, go ahead and pick 1, 2, or 3, and then I will show you the cards for 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to pull some new tarot cards to go a little bit more in depth on what the messages are for you. All right, so I'm going to give it a second to see if anybody else is going to pop in. Again, if you are watching the replay, please comment #replay. All right, so 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to get started. All right, so I'm going to get started with 1. Okay, again, it's going to be the same first card as Thursday as well. And number 1 was Mintaken. Again, I'm recording on 2 devices, so I'm trying to make sure both cameras can see it. All right, so if you chose 1, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Sorry, I've been doing readings today, so I'm a little bit tongue-tied from talking. So again, longing for home, belonging, original light workers. So if you chose 1, the energy surrounding this week, you may have been feeling a little bit off kilter. You may have, again, had this feeling longing for something, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be like longing for a calling from home, but a longing for something, a longing for that feeling of belonging, okay? So we're going to pick some of these cards for you. All right, first card I have is the Devil, and I'll show you the cards in a minute. Four of Pentacles. And 3 of Cups. All right, so if you chose 1, let me show you the very first card again. All right, so if you chose 1 and you've been having this feeling of, being called to something, being called to find your place is what I'm feeling. The first card we have is the Devil. Okay. And with the Devil coming up, it's coming up to let you guys know and to kind of remind you that it's time to break free of some patterns. Okay. So if you find yourself wanting to change or wanting to move towards something that you're really being called to, it is really time to start, taking a look at what is holding you back, as far as the cycles that you tend to go through yourself. Okay. So breaking any old patterns in order to move forward with something new. Because I know sometimes if I'm trying to create something new for myself, sometimes I have to think differently as far as how I'm going to get there. Okay. So with breaking any patterns, as far as it could be overthinking, it could be, if you always tend to do this, okay, which maybe isn't helpful in the situation. Finding out what those patterns are, acknowledging them, and then trying to break those patterns, okay? Trying to move forward a different way than you are typically used to doing things, all right? We also have Four of Pentacles. All right. So what are you holding on too tightly to? Okay. When we tend to hold on to things, when we're afraid to either let things go, if we're afraid to, either take some time or even spend a little bit more than we're used to spending, when we tend to hold on to things, it can cause a block. Okay. So if you're searching for something, okay, and that something is like right over here, you're over here, but you're holding on to your energy, you're holding on to, the past, you're holding on to anything that makes you feel safe and secure. Sometimes that's not necessarily a good thing, especially when you're trying to create something new for yourself. Okay. Because when we're just holding on, and I'm feeling like, holding on to control. Okay. When we hold on to things, it really makes it tougher to, move forward with what it is that we're really supposed to be doing for ourselves. Okay. So if you want something for yourself and you want to push forward, okay, remember, you have a longing to do something, but you're kind of falling into those old patterns and holding back. And you're kind of like really holding on to feeling like you're here and now. It's not going to help you move forward with achieving what you are trying to get for yourself. Okay. It's going to hold you back from, finding what that feeling of belonging, what that longing is. Okay. So we also have Three of Cups for you guys that picked one. All right. So with the Three of Cups coming in, I'm feeling that if you chose one, it's time to start putting yourself in the position where you can meet new people, you can experience new situations, okay? Because when we're longing for something, but we're not actually, putting ourselves out there, meeting new people, putting yourself in, different situations where you can learn new things, you can experience new things, again, that's going to hold you back. So it's really time for you guys to really put yourself out there a little bit and find those new people or those new situations that's going to support whatever it is that you're feeling. Okay. So if you're really feeling like you should be doing this one thing over here, but you're kind of stuck right here and you're like, well, I really feel like I should be doing this, but I'm not going to take the necessary steps to move towards that. Again, you're going to continue to feel that sense of like longing for something. Okay. So if you chose one, it is really time to really start breaking those patterns that you may be in right now. It's time to put yourself out there. It's time to start, exposing yourself to new people, ideas, anything like that, in order to, start feeling more fulfilled and maybe even finding what it is that you're really longing for. All right, let me pull a couple of these cards for you guys. Again, if you're popping on, feel free to say hi. I promise I'm not going to let the comments distract me this time around. All right, so we have one. All right, so I have higher self. Oh, all right, two cards came out. All right, so first card, I have your higher self. All right. So whatever this, this feeling of longing, this feeling of wanting to belong, okay, whatever that is that's coming in for you is coming from your higher self. All right. So whatever it is that you've been feeling or wanting, okay, that is coming in from your higher self because it's trying to bring whatever it is to the surface to help you, really find your purpose is what I'm feeling. We also have discovery, okay? And, on this journey that you're taking to find what that feeling of belonging is, it is going to be a discovery. You're going to discover new things about yourself. You may even discover things that you didn't know about yourself, okay? So take it as, what's the word I'm looking for? Take it as a journey, an exciting time in your life to really, dig down deep and see and pull out what it is that you're really longing for. We also have Healing Light. So with this card coming up, you know, there may be some things, and I'm feeling it really has to do with this Devil card right here. Okay. So whatever it is that you find yourself falling back into, whatever those old habits may be, those old patterns, it's really time to start shedding light on those and healing that aspect of it in order to heal whatever needs to be healed emotionally, spiritually, physically. In order to, because it's coming to the surface for a reason, but it needs to be healed so you can move forward. Okay. All right. So that was number 1. And we're going to be moving on to number 2. All right. So number 2 was Answer the Call. All right. So if you guys chose number 2, Answering the Call, what is your soul calling you to do? Okay. So if you chose to, I'm feeling that you guys have been, you know, something's been coming up for you. Something has been, you know, really getting your attention. Okay, your soul has been giving you these signs. It's been really, you know, trying to get you to open your eyes to something that, you know, you've been really wanting to do or you need to do. Okay. Let's pull some tarot cards for that one. And for some of you guys, if you chose to, you may not know exactly what it is that you are being called to do. Right, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. We've got a card that's flying all over the place. Death and Rebirth. And 6 of Wands. All right, so number 2, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? First card we have is the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so you guys that chose 2, you are in the perfect position right now, stability-wise, okay? You have the support around you. You have the, you know, family, friends, loved ones all around you supporting you. Not only that, but, you know, as far as financially, you are in a perfect spot right now in order to pursue what it is that you've really been, you know, feeling called to do. All right. So we also have Death and Rebirth. I know everyone gets scared when they see the Death card, but don't be scared. Death and Rebirth, the ending of one thing, and you're about to go into something new, okay? So the ending of one cycle in order to make new for the new, okay? So as far as, you know, that answering the call and, you know, what is your soul calling you to do? All right. In order to move on more with that, you have to kind of take a look at what needs to kind of end as far as, you know, cycles or anything like that, in order to rebirth and move forward with something new that is coming in for you. All right. So we also have the 6 of Wands. Okay. The 6 of Wands to me is always a victory. You know, it's a victory card for me. Okay. Hey, Heidi. So you got the Death and Rebirth. Okay. Rebirthing something that you've been called to do. And as far as the victory card coming up, it's really telling me that this is, you know, the right thing for you to do. I'm getting a call and it's vibrating my phone. Sorry, lost you guys for a second. All right. So whatever it is that you're being called to do, just know that, you know, with the 6 of Wands coming up, it is really meant for you to pursue and really fulfill, because once you do pursue it and you get to the end of whatever it is, it's going to work out well for you. I'm going to pick some of these. Yeah, I'm going to do some of these cards for you that chose 2. All right, so we have the Sacred Temple, and playing it safe. All right, so Sacred Temple. All right, so as far as, again, you have answering the call as your first card. What is your soul calling you to do? So whatever it is that you're feeling called to do, I feel like this has to do more with your higher purpose. Okay, something that is really going to fulfill you, something that's going to make you feel more connected. Okay, but playing it safe. How are you playing it safe right now? Okay, you're being called to do something. Okay, but maybe you're not following that call. Okay, maybe you're playing it safe, but thank you, Tori. But when you are playing it safe, sometimes it's going to block out those good things that are coming to you. Okay. So remember, you have the victory card. Okay. You're going to achieve what it is that you need to achieve. However, if you continue to play it safe, you're either going to keep that out or it's going to take even longer to get to you. Okay. So if you chose to, it's time to stop playing it safe. All right. Don't let fear get in your way. It's really time to start following what your soul is calling you to do. All right. So we are going to move on to 3. Just put these cards over here. All right. And then 3 was Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. Okay. So if you chose 3, all right, so as far as seeding the light, okay, setting the intention, all right, setting the intention on what it is that you really want for yourself, okay. Let the light start to shine through, okay. Bring in that light to whatever it is that you're trying to do, starting to lay the foundation, okay. So what are you doing in order to start planning what it is you want, okay. Not only starting to plan, but also to starting to put those things into action. Okay. And then we have divine plan. All right. So whatever it is, part of the divine plan for yourself. Okay. Know that it is something that you are meant to be doing. So it is really important now to start laying those foundations. All right, first card we have is 9 of Wands. Nope. 10 of Swords. And 5 of Wands. All right, 9 of Wands. All right. So as you're beginning to lay these foundations for yourself, as you're starting to really set forth what you're trying to do, you may have to stand strong in your convictions, okay? Stand strong as far as, if people are telling you what to do, what not to do, okay? Standing strong with what it is you feel that you really need to do for yourself. Sorry, I was buffering again. Yeah, so standing strong in what it is that you really feel like you need to do for yourself. I have 10 of Swords. Okay. Being able to walk into that new future, being able to walk into whatever it is that you're trying to create for yourself. So as you're doing your planning, as you're, starting to set forth the actions, being unafraid. Okay. And it's almost and it's more of like the not being afraid to walk into the unknown. Okay. So it's time to start moving forward, but don't let that fear of what may come out of it hold you back from doing what it is that, you are being divinely guided to do. We also have the 5 of Wands. All right. So with the 5 of Wands coming up, it's kind of showing that there's going to be a lot of competing energy coming your way as you're trying to do this for yourself. I'm also feeling like you may get a lot of distractions coming in. All right. But this is where the 9 of Wands is coming in for you guys. You know, you need to stand strong. So as these competing energies, it could be people, it could be things that may happen, you know, as you're moving forward with your plans, you really need to stand strong and remember why it is you're doing whatever it is that you're trying to change for yourself, okay? Because don't let these competing energies be a distraction. Rather, you want to take these competing energies and help propel you forward. So rather than, you know, letting it, you know, beat you down, especially if you feel like you're being pulled all over the place, use that as almost a fire to ignite you. So if, you know, it's somebody saying, oh no, you can't do that. No, change that into, well, I'm going to show them that I can do it. Rather than letting those words tear you down, help them propel you forward. Let's pull a couple of these cards for you guys. All right, so the first card I have is the Honoring Path. And again, that kind of falls into the very first card. You know, this is divinely planned out for you. You know, take the honoring path, because this is something that you are meant to do. This is something that you are meant to really find out and move forward with. And then we have, let me show you that card. So honoring path, okay. So this is just validation for me that this is something that you should be doing for yourself. And then we have intuition and manifestation, okay. Bringing this in for yourself, okay? So as far as the intuition part, obviously you're starting to feel intuitively drawn to this because, again, this is divinely planned for you guys, all right? So what are you going to do with that intuition? Are you going to push it down, or are you going to follow it? And then as far as manifestation, starting to bring that into reality, okay? So whatever it is that you're hoping for or dreaming for, you know, really start pulling that energy in and start manifesting it. Make it as if it's in the present. So start feeling you know, whatever it is. So if there's something that you want to do, and start imagining like it's happening right now. So if it's something where it's something that's really going to fulfill you, bring in that energy now. So even though you may not have it yet, start bringing in and really feeling in your heart how it's going to feel when you have whatever it is right in front of you. Okay. All right, so that is a little follow-up on Thursday's live reading. Again, I apologize that, you know, we had some comments up there, and I paid too much attention to it, and it threw me off a little bit. So again, I wanted to come on to give you a little follow-up for that reading, and I hope this helped clarify some of the messages that came through from Thursday. And again, thank you all for being patient. Those comments have been taken down, so I apologize if you had to, you know, see some of them that were coming through. And again, thank you for being so patient throughout that. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Talked to Tori a little while ago, and she made it safely in Sedona. So be on the lookout. I know she's going to be doing some lives and posting some pictures and whatnot. And she will be doing the weekly reading next Thursday in Sedona. So be sure to check that out. And Tori is watching now as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your patience, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.